Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Yoruus speaking, and welcome to Play by Email 6, turn 41. Just discovered iron. There's the barb camp. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, let's step here. Okay, wait a second. First of all, first things first. And let's start off with the tech. So the stropple is okay. Let's start off with the comments today. Let's start off with the comments. So Sidri, sailing is a good idea. I think there are no free ruin on the map already. I agree as well. So Trireme will scout some faster, but in this way your honor will not work, and it's sadly, if I'll play this map, I'll come to Chariot ASAP. Well, more like for me at least, the triremes are for just protecting those two cargo ships that I want to work as soon as possible. Maybe later on I can fit in a trireme to scout something, but at this moment I'm not that much interested in scouting just yet. I'm not interested that much in meeting people or meeting actual city-states because we're working on tradition as fast as possible. So for me, more beneficial right now is actually getting the cities up to speed and getting those cargo ships up to speed before scouting. Now, I did discover a barb camp, so theoretically if I plant the city here and we're gonna go with archery, and this is the stropple is archery, so that idea of an archer in here, I could potentially get archer or two and actually farm this barb camp on raging barbarians, which should yield me a lot of culture. So this is like the first barb camp that I already found that I can work hard on farming, which is tremendously excellent in my opinion and could yield us great results. So as I said about the stropple, you all decided that we gonna go for archery for now, and I would say that sailing is the next pick, so not gonna make a stropple just yet, because for me it's like totally obvious right now that we're gonna go sailing. And why not chariots, for example? The reason for that is this worker has so much stuff to do right now that before I will actually get the horses improved, there's gonna be tons of time before I can start getting chariot archers. And if I had a choice, if I can actually have the gold, and I do believe we have the gold in our cities, there's a lot of extra gold, I would rather put my hammers into archers and start getting experience on those archers, and that I can upgrade them later into composites. And actually my horses I would prefer to use on horseman units also, in addition for experience, though yeah, chariots are cheaper and all that stuff, but I don't intend to go to war that early. I would rather prefer to play defensive for now and actually put my hammers into units that are going to be useful throughout the whole duration of the game, and the chariots actually are not those units that are useful throughout the whole duration of the game, at least for now. Okay, let's get another comment. Archer with honor opened. Shermus, archery with honor open. Why? I would say calendar, or else you couldn't grow your expansions for like 50 turns. Masonry, riding, sailing, and sea, and only then archery. Shermus, I don't get what you're trying to say in that comment. Archery with honor opened, so I can actually farm barb camps for extra culture. Since we do have honor, and to work on that honor, it would be cool to farm at least a little bit of barbarians, and the best way to farm barbarians is with range units. So archery seems like the best option to get a range unit that can farm 2 or 3 archers. Should have easy time farming raging barb camp. Per camp, like 3 archers per camp, not mentioning I can circulate them so they can actually grow with experience quite quickly. So yeah, now calendar, I don't think like calendar. Look at my happiness. I've got 10 happiness. I'm gonna improve the silver, then I'm gonna improve the copper, so that's gonna be 14 happiness. When I'm gonna plant the city, that's gonna be 10 happiness. Then I can improve the gems, so another 4. I'm gonna plant another spot, and then eventually I will get calendar. But definitely I would prefer to put my hammers into something useful, that is cargo ships, triremes, cargo ships, granaries, and an archer is actually in the meantime. This I feel is the best option for me right now. Definitely not gonna start building up archers after getting NC. That's a little bit unreasonable for me. If you would care to explain it or elaborate a little bit on your idea there and reasoning for that, I would be happy to try to discuss with that. But for me right now, I don't think that's a valid idea, not having archery and not having archers at all with raging barbarians and honor open. This is the point of honor. I want to farm barb camps. Now the question is, with what unit do I want to farm? I have the choice basically between archers and chariot archers. Now I don't necessarily want to go to chariot archers because I don't have rivers, so like watermills are useless, and I don't really intend to use chariot archers myself right now. But I definitely want to have archers, range units to farm barb camps, and I want to sneak them in the production queue as much as possible, so I actually have an army standing. That's at least my idea behind that. Fearsome warrior, my bad, I just expected Byzantine to go for religion somehow, and yes, there is no pantheon yet, and Germany went for culture one, so I agree that getting a religion is good, but what's going to be left by the time you get a prophet? I don't know what's going to be left by the time I'm going to get prophet, but most probably with this core cities and the amount of hammers and happiness that are in these cities, I will accept any religion. Anything in the religion I will accept, basically, because I just want to keep my pantheon. If I'm going to keep my pantheon, if I would, in this particular situation, if I would just need to get the religion just to keep my pantheon, I would gladly take it, because this is 5 extra culture and 5 extra faith. Now 5 culture is a lot, and hopefully in 5 turns actually I can get the pantheon that I so much desire, and it's gonna already boost my culture tremendously, which is great. Okay, next one. Roma. First, I guess you should go granary before next settler and try to grow at least 1 population more, because your settler build speed is quite inefficient. No, we had this discussion before, and now growing to population, let's test it out real quickly. Let's assume I'm going to work the most food intensive tiles right now that I have, and this is this, right? So that's 10 turns, and actually a granary will be in 10 turns too. So growing into 10 turns to get a granary, so I can theoretically work more hammers, will actually delay my settler by roughly around 9 turns. Around 9 turns it will delay my settler, so I can get a settler starting off by 9 turns. So actually growing to population 4 right now does not yield me any benefit whatsoever. So I definitely, we had the discussion a couple of turns ago, and it's definitely not worth it to build up a granary. I will obviously build that granary at some point, but just not yet. Alright, next stop. Second part of Roma's comment. If you move the settler to the hill where the warrior is, it would be the same amount of turns to reach the spot, so your warrior could heal 1 more turn. Yes, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct, yeah, because this is move 3, so 1, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, and 4, 5. You're absolutely right. So let's go there, and this warrior is gonna be healed full HP. Good shout out there. Chamchukun, sailing, masonry, calendar, writing, ironworking, philosophy. Ironworking, okay, sailing I understand, masonry I do understand. No, masonry I actually don't understand the idea of masonry. Stones, yeah, it will take so much time to get to stones right now. I would say we go for archery for now, and we can talk about it a little more, but I think sailing is the most important. Archery into sailing, and then we can decide where we shall go next. My preference is calendar. My preference is actually calendar or writing. Well, basically we have to decide how much hammers and how much time will we have when I'm going to plant the next city. So you can time libraries as fast as possible, and maybe an archer and a granary somewhere in between, because library is going to take a lot of time to build. I wouldn't want to delay that, but my third city desperately needs a granary. So the question what I can do in my second city before I will be able to build a library, that's the question, what I can fit in there. So upon that depends at which tech I would actually want to go for now. But ironworking, yeah, the part about ironworking I don't particularly understand, because ironworking has no benefits for me right now. I don't want swordsmen, and I can't build colossus. Just saying, I cannot build colossus because this game there's no wonders that you can build. No wonders except national wonders. So I can't build colossus, so there's no point to go ironworking right now. At least that's my opinion. Alright, we've got a scout to move. Perfect stuff. Archers going this way. It's probably an upgraded scout, right? Somebody's on 24 army already. Wow, that's nice. I hope we're not gonna get in trouble, and hopefully this Barbcan will actually be farmed by me and not by him. How much gold he has? He still has 135 gold, so that's most probably enough gold to buy the marble if he really wants to do so. That wouldn't be helpful. Now let's see at the iron spots. I've got 1, 2 iron in my capital. There's iron at Geneva. There's no iron in this expansion, and there's 1 iron here, so 2 iron actually. So all of those cities look tremendously good. All of those cities look tremendously good, really good. This is a great land, and 3 city NC cargo ship usage approach. Those cities gonna be beasts, but same goes for cities on the other side of the map. Those cities gonna be, well, this is gonna be actually per city. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Iron is here too though. Iron quarry. This guy, he needed quarry pantheon, but this city again is gonna be like a super awesome hyper. The land is just clearly amazing. Alright, so I guess that's it for this turn. I would like to, we could start thinking about a name for our second city, this city. So if you want to give some proposals of the next city name, that would be awesome. Then I could make a straw poll. We have 4 turns, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 turns. We've got 4 turns to decide the name of our second city. This is the city location, so I await your proposals for the name of the city. Right? So I guess that's it for this turn. So have a nice day, have a nice evening, have a nice night, depending on the time zone you're in, and see you next time. Best wishes. Yoruus out.